Meghana. I got your email, and I thought this might be easier to answer um, in a video rather than trying to type it all out. Just because I can draw pictures and explain things. Sometimes it's easier to explain things verbally than it is to write it out. So for this problem, I just took the information that they gave. So we have this parabolic arch that's 27 feet high, and there's a section that's 50 feet across that has a minimum clearance of 15 feet. So I just sort of drew a picture of what that would look like. So let's see, I drew it on an XY axis, and I can't draw very straight here, but so so there's a Y axis, and there's a X axis, okay, and so a parabolic arch, it would be something like an upside down parabola, right? So it'd kind of look like this, right? Pretend that's a parabola. All right, so, and we're told that it's 27 feet high, so if we were going to draw this on an XY coordinate system, this would be 0, 27 up here at this point here. All right, and then there's this section. It says how wide is the arch if the center section of the parkway that is 50 feet wide has a minimum clearance of 15 feet. So there's this section through here. Let's say it goes across here and comes down like this. Alright, I don't know how symmetrical my graph looks, but essentially, it's 15 feet wide, right? No, wait a minute. 50 feet wide, right? 50 feet wide. So if this is 50 feet wide, then this would be 25, and this would be negative 25. So this would be 25, comma 15, and this would be negative 25, comma 15. All right. And so essentially we're given 3 points on the parabola, and then we're asked to find the how wide the parabola is. So what I did from these 3 points is try to figure out what the formula for the parabola is. So we know that a parabola has the form of ax squared plus bx plus c equals something. All right, I guess that's f of x. Okay. And so if we substitute in these 3 points, so the x, we have an x value and a y value for each of these 3 points. So if we plug in, say, x equals negative 25, then we have a negative 25 squared minus 25b plus c equals 15, right? And we would have a times 25 squared plus 25b plus c equals 15. And then we have this one up here where x is 0, so we have a times 0 squared plus b times 0 plus c equals 27. So there we can solve for c right away. So c has to be equal to 27, right? Because that's this is going to be this part over here is going to be 0. So once we have c equals 27, then we can rearrange these equations. So this is going to be 625a minus 25b, and if we subtract 27 from both sides, then we get negative 12. And this one is going to be 625 a plus 25b equals negative 12. And then you can see, we can actually add those two equations. It's just two equations and two unknowns, and you get a negative 25 and then positive 25. So if you just add these two equations, the b's go away. So we're going to get 1250A is equal to a negative 24. And so A is equal to negative 24 over 1250, or basically negative 12 over 625 if we divide both top and bottom by 2. Alright, so 625, so that's our A. It's kind of an ugly looking A. But you can see if we substitute A back up in here, then this term here just becomes negative 12, because the 625s will cancel, right? So 625 times negative 12 over 625 is just negative 12. So then B has to be equal to 0, right? Which makes sense because there's no, at least the way I have it drawn, there's no horizontal translation. It's just shifted up vertically 27 units and flipped upside down. So, okay, so we have A and B and C. So our parabola looks like negative 12 over 625 x squared plus 27, right? So that's our f of x. And then if we want to find the width of the parabola, we're just trying to find these 2 points here, right? So this would be 0 comma something and 0 comma something else, right? So if we just plug in 0 for x, we'll get the y value. Oh, wait a minute. No. I'm going to plug in 0 for y. What am I thinking? We just set that equal to 0, right? So we're trying to find where y is 0. Then we can get the x value. That's what we're looking for. All right, so we'll have negative 12 over 625x squared equals negative 27. And get rid of the negatives here. And then x squared is equal to 27 times 625 over 12, right? And I know this is 3 times 3 times 3, and this is 5 times 5, and this is 3 times 2 times 2. So if I cancel a 3 here, then essentially I just have 3 squared times 5 squared over 2 squared, and that's easy to take the square root of. So x is equal to a plus or minus 3 times 5 over 2, which would be 15 halves. 15 halves, right? And oh, wait, no. Sorry, this is 25 times 25. What am I thinking? 25 times 25. 25 squared. I thought something looked wrong here. So this is 25. So this is 75. All right, that's better. Something doesn't seem right there. All right, so plus or minus 75 halves, and that would be, so this is, so this point over here is 75 halves, and this point over here is 75 halves. So if we, if we double that, we go 75, negative 75 halves. So if we find the whole width across here, where it intersects the ground, the x-axis, it's just 75, right? So 75 feet, right? So the parabola is 75 feet wide. So there you go. Hopefully we'll hear from you soon. Hopefully that helps.